They tried to kill Trump.
Yeah, and they successfully killed Peanut. This is Kamala's America, everybody. You want to live under Kamala's America?
No.
There's going to be more squirrels, more assassination attempts. Wake up, America. Trump 2024.
If they can get Peanut, they can get you too.
We just learned that they have euthanized Peanut.
And the raccoon as well.
And the raccoon as well. I am so sorry. This must be really difficult for you.
It not only tears my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal after they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
They got a search warrant?
They got a search warrant. 4 departments and a judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon. And then they took them and killed them.
Why did they go through all that to get a search warrant for an animal that had been with you very safely, and the world witnessed this for 7 years? Why now suddenly did they show up with a search warrant and take these animals?
We haven't a clue. We don't know who made the complaints. Again, Peanut was an indoor squirrel, not harming anybody. He's been with us for 7 years. Not a single complaint was ever filed for this animal. We had him for 7.5 years. He became the world's most famous squirrel. We weren't hiding him by any means. He was all over TikTok. He became the first squirrel on TikTok to ever hit 1 million followers. He did every news station around the world. He's helped people. He's helped kids gather joy. And then we started a nonprofit animal rescue called Peanut's Freedom Farm to help animals like Peanut fight a good fight when they're in a neglected case or they're sitting in a slaughter auction. And he was the cornerstone of our life and our organization. We used his platform to help raise money for the 300 animals we have at our sanctuary.
How did you find out that they euthanized Peanut?
They haven't messaged me. They haven't called me. They haven't given me a formal statement whatsoever. The last time I heard from the DEC was when they left my house. Another news station called me with their statement, and that's how I found out Peanut is gone. They didn't even have the heart to call me themselves to tell me what was going on. This state has more problems than a squirrel and a raccoon, and we're using our taxpayers' dollars to help take these animals out of a comfortable place, all because of some paperwork. The statement released that Peanut bit one of the people. Peanut's bitten me 5 times in 7 years. Peanut also is an animal that only knows me. So why wouldn't you have protective gloves on and protective equipment to allow an animal like him that to bite you? Also, to be honest with you, I don't buy it whatsoever. The fact
I didn't know about squirrels ever in my life, and when I came to Peanut a couple of years ago, like, he would have never bitten me. Like, he never bit me.
The complaints we're told are anonymous. So anonymous claims got the state to get a search warrant, which was signed by multiple different departments and a judge. So I want to know what the evidence was that this was such a devastating thing to the community that we had to waste taxpayers' dollars and ruin a family in a nonprofit animal rescue because we have power.
Will you be taking some legal action?
Oh, the firefight has just begun. This needs to be used as an example of how this state uses their resources and their power. Not only that, the only source of income and donations have come from Peanut's social media. I don't know how I'm going to run the nonprofit animal rescue with over 300 animals at my sanctuary right now without the funding from Peanut. Yeah. My wife and I work 3 jobs to pay the other 50% of the $20,000 we have to accumulate in funding a month for these animals. They just took my best friend for the last 7 years.
And we'll never bring him back.
And the sanctuary is called Peanut's Freedom Farm. And you just took Peanut out of the Freedom Farm of our organization. And everybody looked at it like it was just nothing. This is the DEC who is supposed to be helping animals out of bad cases. And you came to a case that had animals in good possession, and you took them and killed them. Not only that, you just put the entire organization in jeopardy, because I don't know how we're going to fund this organization anymore.
They killed Peanut. They killed Peanut.